All right. Let's get the show on the road. Is it working? Am I streaming to the right? Upcoming. Not live. Uh, uh, why is this not working? Oh, there's just a very long delay. Why is this not working? Oh, there's just a very long delay. All right. Hold on. All right. Let me get this on Twitter. We got, all right. I see someone is in here, so that means that this is working. Right? I hope so. Okay. My desktop has bricked, so I am streaming from my laptop. And I've no idea if the volume settings are good or not. Hang on. It won't let me see the chat. Damn it, come on. Alright, whatever. I will just have to periodically check the chat on this side. Excuse me. I am still jet lagged. As someone who likes to take naps, I like to say that I end up dealing with twice the jet lag because I have to fight my nighttime jet lag and then also my nap time jet lag. So even though I've been back in the US for a week, I'm still just like, I'm fading fast. All right. Actually, let me grab a coffee, and then let's get this started. All right, give me 1 minute. Oh, that's the wrong button. I want this one closed. That's a. All right, I'm back. Let's get this show on the road. Cool. So, for anyone, this is my normal spiel. For anyone who's not familiar with the Bytexplorers, we are a group of 350. Oh, this is 11 days old. I know we're almost for sure a group of more than 350 data explorers now. If you want to learn about how we work, what we do, how to join, go through this article here. Anyone can mint their passport. Well, I've already minted, but anyone can mint their passport and then join us. And once you join, we got a Telegram, got a bunch of people just always sharing insights around there. It's not just Dune. We've got, flip side people, data engineers, all the whole shebang in there learning from each other. So one of the things that we do is we have a weekly or bi-weekly quest where anyone can submit their work, and then anyone else in the community who is a Trailblazer tier or above can review and vote on it. There is a 64-point voting rubric. You get scored on novelty, completeness, and transparency. Novelty is kind of just like, how deep did you go in actually covering the topic? And how easy is it to follow and how impactful is it? Completeness is kind of more just like overall complexity of your dashboard, report, or model. Transparency, this is kind of how things are, how well you communicate your work. Do you have a methodology written? Is it open source? Do you have a simple thread or article or video? Do you have a high quality thread or article or video? The score here is multiplied, so 4 times 4 times 4 gives you a total score of 64. The lowest score you can get is, a 0 technically, but I'm normally not mean enough to give a 0 unless it's clearly plagiarized. And you earn reputation tokens that go into your Byte Pass, essentially. So this one's me. I've got 280 guild tokens now. There's other ways of earning tokens as well, such as answering questions on Farcaster, but I will not go into that today. So, all that said and done, I was gone for 2 weeks because of a vacation, or 3 weeks because of a vacation, so it's been a month since we've seen one of these races or quests. We have 7 submissions, so I'm just going to kind of go through each one, talk about my feedback, and score them. So, let's get into it. Still new to the OCA game. I'm guessing this means on-chain analyst. We've got Roderick over here. Uniswap v3 Pool Risk Explorer. Oh, hold on. I just want to make sure that I open this in a new tab. So we've got this. And we've got this. Oh, you have a video here too? Did you do this video? Wow. All right. I like this. So I already know transparency. We're getting almost surely a 4. Okay. So let's start going through this. This one looks very in-depth. So depending on how in-depth the submissions are, it'll then affect how much I talk. So we've got Uniswap v3 Pool Risk Explorer proof of concept. We got an about me, domain knowledge, mathematical protologic, project motivations. There's a lot of good personal background. All right. Please note, not designed for refresh. This means that some feeder queries do not. Okay. That's good to know. All right, so we're looking at this pool. WBTC wrapped ETH. I'm guessing this is for Ethereum. I see you've got an Etherscan link here. Yep, so this is the link to the pool. Okay, so I know the dashboard is risk analysis, so specifically I'm looking for a research question, especially when I see this much text. So I love that there's two research questions very clearly defined for me here. How do traded prices for WBTC in this pool compare to traded prices in the broader market across centralized and decentralized exchanges? What are the characteristics of daily returns for wrapped Bitcoin that are derived from swap prices of actual trades made in this pool? Distributive characteristics. Okay, big word. Um, I'm guessing, yeah, I was going to say, I'm guessing you mean literally a distribution. Um, so what is that question? Daily value at risk. Nice. Okay. All right. I can tell this goes very in depth. To explore the question above, the first chart shows the history of average daily USD prices for swaps on this pool and daily volume. Since this pool is only capable of swapping ETH Bitcoin, the USD value is calculated by taking the yep. Across the broader market. All right. So we have an average price, a 10-day price, a 150-day price. Okay. So we have the volume first, and now the comparison. So we have a max min difference. Okay. Daily. Yep. Cool. And this is just which DEX? This is the pool? Or is this, because I think you mentioned up here that you wanted to compare to other decentralized exchanges. I know that you mentioned just Uniswap here, but this one, it's unclear. I would imagine that you would do kind of the different DEXs compared here, because I know the price is probably different per DEX. So I'm going to click into here just to get a sense. Yeah, I know you mentioned you're doing some constants. And so are you assuming that the SEX price is from Prices USD Dune? Let's see. Oh, this is how big is this query? Okay, that's not that big. Okay. All right, so I just want to find. Nope. Where are you defining this? P1. So this is price from P1. Okay. So you are using prices.usd. So prices.usd we get from Coin Paprika. I wouldn't say you could use this as the centralized exchange price. You would have to directly use the Coinbase or Binance API to get the exact centralized exchange price. I don't remember. I know that, this has been asked for a long time. But if I search uploads, and then I do like Binance, Coinbase? Oh, because I'm searching the namespaces, not the. Okay. Finance. Can I find a prices table in here? I don't think we have it. Or I guess I don't say we anymore. I don't think Dune has it. Binance 8. Okay, anyways, I can't find it, but I will just specify that Prices USD is not centralized exchange. And then, yeah, I would suggest breaking out the different DEXs, or at least a few of the different DEXs in here as well, as you mentioned. But I'm guessing the takeaway is that on average, there's some sort of, 0.1% average. I know one good way of measuring this that I learned from a good friend, well, our good friend Jerry over at Eclipse, or not Eclipse, sorry, Ellipses, um, is markouts, which kind of, so what he does is compare like Phoenix and Orca trades to the Pith Oracle. So assuming the Pith Oracle is the most accurate, like how often does a given DEX lead versus lag the price direction? If you check like the swap of the price versus the actual price, I think it's like 3 seconds, 7 seconds in the future. What did you do here? I'm trying to find the interval. The mark out. Minus market interval 5. Okay, yeah. So comparing the price of your trade versus the price 5 minutes later, essentially, to kind of see how well your DEX pricing is. So I think that could be an interesting metric to go further. Because I think, yeah, there's a lot of questions that come up when you're just looking at price differences. How much of it is getting arbed? Which pools are getting arbed more than other pools? Since that should keep prices more closer. And I'm guessing that's leading to a lot of this Mac. Wait, hold on. Why? What am I? Oh, you have two different. Okay, I would break this out into different charts. I think it's confusing to have percentages on both sides. Um, but anyways, it's still very interesting. I think there's just a lot of deeper data I think you could have done around going deeper into like the ARBs, the price markouts, etc. But that's me saying this from the perspective of you've already gone very deep here. Okay, distribution of daily returns. It would make sense that this is normal. Value at risk. Honestly, I remember this being a banking risk metric, but I don't really remember what it means. So maybe could use a link or something that explains it further in terms of. Oh, here we go. A time of players of VAR sits at 9.3%. So 99% of daily returns did not have greater losses greater than 9.3%. So I guess this is the distribution of how much value could be lost in a single day. So I would guess that 1% of days has a loss of more than 9%. Okay, yeah, that makes sense as a risk metric. QQ plot, yeah. These are good stats metrics. Okay, so you've done your price analysis. Now you're doing your liquidity analysis. When liquidity on conventional exchanges often. How much liquidity has been committed to this pool? How does this compare? Yep. How does liquidity impact prices? I'm guessing is what you want to say. How concentrated is liquidity? I see. All right. Let's see if you mentioned just-in-time liquidity or not. So price impact curves. Yeah, this is illustrative. Yep. That makes sense. Liquidity distribution. Nice. I like this chart a lot. LP concentration. Yep, LP concentration matters. Sometimes the hard part about LP concentration used to be when there were a lot of vaults where you deploy into a vault and then they would manage the liquidity. So it's technically less concentrated than it actually is. Like for example, Olympus DAO would have been a good example of like a lot of people basically depositing into Olympus so that they could. Olympus would be the main liquidity provider, but technically, mostly it's the ohm holders. But I don't know how popular that is anymore. Let's see, Pool USD. Okay. Price impact, it's worth mentioning the just-in-time liquidity, which is just the concept of people, market makers essentially adding liquidity in a MEV-style transaction when a big swap happens so that they earn a lot of fees and the user get better pricing as well. And so that liquidity will actually not be shown in the liquidity chart. But overall, these are very good considerations. Liquidity analysis, TVL by asset. It's probably good to know TVL notional, historical price impact levels, trade impact analysis. So what's the story here? I'm not sure what the question is. However, these are good charts on their own as well. How price impact levels. So this would be the size order that would cause. Yep. That makes sense. Makes sense. Whoa. Chart LP, average liquidity share versus standard. All right, this probably goes above my technical level. Dangerous positive. An increase in the share of total liquidities. I see. I guess there's no really big difference in cohorts here. Yeah, okay. All right. Makes sense. Cool. All right. I mean, this one's a crazy one to start with, but yeah, novelty 4. I think you did a really good job of listing out the questions for each section, and your kind of answers alongside the charts. I think that's super helpful. It is just a lot of data, though, which, again, kudos to you for making it. And I can see why the queries time out again. So completeness, 4. Transparency, 4. I know you have a video as well. 42-minute video. Jesus. That's insane. I didn't even look at the thread yet either. Okay, so something I would suggest for a dashboard like this, because there's so much in there, I think you could do a thread just kind of speaking about each of these sections here. Like you could do just a swap price thread. You could then do a liquidity analysis thread, and then like a historical series thread. Just because, like, honestly, each of these questions could be their own thread, and I'd love to see that explained more in detail. I'm sure you've already done that in here as well. But, I think it's like you've created this giant chunk of data and content, which is like, again, the hardest work to do. Now just chunk it into smaller pieces. Like take 3-minute slices of your video, cover just one part of that dashboard, and just create continuous content. There's like at least 10 different threads just from this one dashboard alone. So it's great work. I would break it down to be a little more piecemeal. This is overall really, really great work, albeit it is a lot to digest for a viewer. Highly recommend breaking this down further in smaller threads videos so that we can truly appreciate each section. Also, keep in mind that prices USD does not equal sex prices, since we just use coin paprika. It's common/interesting to compare to Oracle prices as a close contender. I'll copy this over here. See this dashboard. And for liquidity analysis, keep in mind just-in-time liquidity, which eats a meaningful amount of volume but does not show up in TVL charts. Shinwan had some good research here. Let's see if I can find it. Shinwan JIT liquidity analysis. I guess, yeah, this one's good. Cool. All right. Really good stuff. You know, just break it down further, make it more digestible so you can get the most out of your own work. Why is MetaMask taking a full page on the Mac? Is that just a normal Mac thing? Anyways, 64 points. Great work. Yeah. Pending transactions, whatever. All right, next entry. Close off some of these. Do we have a tweet? I don't think you did a tweet on this one. If you did, you can add it in next time. Top 3 Solana validators: commission reward, block reward, Jito Mev tips. So there's block rewards. There's also staking rewards, by the way. So there's the reward you get from issuance. There's the reward you get from transaction fees and priority fees. There's the commission, or I guess, you're calling that commission reward. I see. Commission, you can take a commission on both the issuance or staking rewards as well as the MEV rewards. So keep in mind that both of those get split. So I think something looks broken here. Oh, wait, no, that's not broken, because Helios doesn't take commission, but they do take MEV. Helios delegation, yep. This is Galaxy, I'm guessing you did Coinbase. Cool, okay. So I have a query. Validator, oh no. Validator income? All right, hold on. Yes, go to my library. Validator. Oh, validator rewards lookup, there it was. So I've taken here the number of stake accounts, total stake, commission rate, stake rate, or stake commission, stake account rewards, block transaction fee rewards, MEV commission, how much of the account rewards the stakers or delegators got. And I can't remember, it should be that, that the 8% is like this. Yeah. So the total MEV rewards would have been 170 something, which gives you the 8% commission. So just keep that in mind. So I would reference this query and rejig this dashboard. Let's see, is there something interesting? I think for this, you could try and improve this by, let's see, is this the stake address or is this the staker's address? Historical delegation. I see. This does work. You can also directly, well, this kind of gets hard since for LSTs versus native stake, the stakers are different. For LSTs, you could just look at who has held H Sol in the past or Helios Sol in the past. For stuff like Coinbase, I guess for native, well, they're all native, but for native vote accounts or stake accounts, you would have to check who created the stake account of the stake account that's delegated to Coinbase. Since for LSTs, if I give like Sanctum my stake and I stake it to Helios, it actually goes through a Sanctum created stake account pool. So the history there is a little harder. I'm not entirely sure of this logic here. It might be right. Let's see. So you do this for Helios. What do you do for Coinbase? No, that's not what I wanted. I want Coinbase delegation. If you use the same logic for Coinbase, okay, you do. Yeah. I think this becomes the stake account. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's an easy way to look this up. If I go to SolScan actually tells you, one, if it's an EOA or not, and two, if it's not an EOA. Yes, okay. So this is on curve, which means it's a, well, yeah, anyways. So this is a stake account. So this is not, I see. Okay, I understand. So if you just want to stake accounts, there's actually an easier way of doing this, where I have a tool called Staking Solana Stake Accounts Epoch, and this will give you the actual stake account staked to a vote account and its balance for a given epoch. So I would use this table to make your queries run faster. But yeah, what I was talking about before was more how do you get the actual owner of the stake that's been delegated. That's a little harder, but that would be pretty valuable. Again, harder. I haven't done it, but it's valuable. Cool. Okay, so I say novelty. I think I'm gonna give it a 2. I think it's interesting. You've covered data. There's not a clear research question per se. So I think you could go deeper there. Completeness. It is a dashboard, so I'll give you a 3 on that. Again, I think it could be more accurate. Could be a little more fleshed out in terms of like, for example, if I'm looking at the stake accounts delegated here, like what's the age of the stake account? How long has it been delegated to Helios, etc.? What are stake accounts that are newly delegated? I think that could be interesting to be like, hey, which stake accounts have driven the most growth over the the last, I don't know, 3 months or something like that. I think that then becomes a lot more interesting to kind of research and read. Transparency, you get a 2 for being open source. Good start. Try learning from this Solana validator history query I wrote for more accurate income and stake account values. I think you should also pose more clear research questions. For example, which stake accounts have driven the most change/increase in stake over the past, 10 epochs, which would then push you to add stake account age and age, how long it's been delegated to Helios, change in stake amount, etc. to the delegations query table. This then also becomes immediately a lot more useful to me to come back to. Also after that, write a thread and get your work out there publicly. Cool. Oh my god. I hate that this pops up. How do I not do that? I don't know how I not do that. Also, does this not have a chat? Do I not have chat enabled on this? I don't think I do. Or I just can't find it on Mac. I suck at using the Mac. All right, so 2 times 3 times 2, 4, 3, 12. Remember that you could resubmit your work. So I hope to see you improve on this and resubmit it. Okay. So that's 2 submissions down. Hive Mapper, people-powered global mapping revolution. Okay. Do we have a tweet? We do have a tweet. All right, I like it. I like it. I also remember that there is a Insights VC Hive Mapper Dune dashboard because I know that they submitted it before to us. Can Google find it? No. No. Okay. All right. Hold on. If I go back over here. All right, we have 352 users. All right. I think it's Honey. No, Hive. Ah, yes. Here we go. So I know that there's this in-depth Honey dashboard from Insights VC covering all the rewards type and growth. Let's see, honey price, average honey price, honey minted, price trend, mint and burn, network weekly rewards. 90% of honey goes directly to contributors. The remaining 9.5% is an operational reward. So I'm looking for, operational versus contributor. I'd love to see this over time, the number of contributors and I guess the amount of operational rewards. Like, is this constant? Is it not constant? Is it growing? Map coverage, QA, honey reward assistance, rewards by type. Nice. Honey rewards leaderboard. It'd be great to see in the leaderboard a breakdown of their rewards by type. Like, did they earn this from contributing? Did they earn this for, or I guess these are all contributing rewards, but like, did they earn this from map editing? Did I earn it from, I guess it's mainly map coverage? Is there Honeyburst in here somewhere? Honeyburst makes a small percentage. This is number of recipients, right? I'm guessing there's some duplicates in here, so it might be worth filtering out duplicates. Let me see. Income reporting tool. Oh yeah, this was interesting to me. Was there another tab? Did I miss a tab? I don't think so, right? Oh no, I don't want to zoom in. Oh, well, too late. Nope, nope. And let me see what the tweet was. $75% is permanently burned, 25% is minted. Cool, all right. So I'm gonna give this a novelty of a 3, since I can, well, hold on. Was there a clear research question? Rewards by type? Yeah, you know, there's a clear research question. Completeness. Let me just click into one of these. How are you getting reward type? Parsed instruction. Got it. Oh, this is going to be the flip side decoded tables. Nice. Okay. Completeness. I'll give it a 3. Transparency. I'll also give it a 3. This is a cool start. I think you could pose more in-depth research questions around who the contributors are and the growth or decline of certain reward types. I think that you could also use a few more links as well, because I'm like, all right, operational reward, like where are you reading this from? Would also be great for you to link to the docs where you see the lines around explaining mint burn rates or operational reward rates so we can verify the claims. All right. Three times 3. 27? If my math is incorrect, it's because I'm jet lagged. All right. Next up, what do we got? Got Cody over here with Mellow Finance. Mellow Protocol Dashboard. Did you submit Mellow already before? Cody. Here, let me just get your submission address. Okay, so I see you've submitted Mellow before. Is this a resubmission? Tweak the dash based on my suggestions. Okay. What did I say last time? Also, first, let me just... resubmission. This is just for data tracking. Counter should be placed in the brush. Okay, I gave it 4s last time. I've covered Mellow before. The Invisible Hand. Ooh, okay. Full article, nice. So let me just duplicate this over. Let's talk about Lido. This is restaking. Points has an issue. Ah, it's coming back to me. I think Mellow had different restaking vaults. All right, is that what this is? Yes. Okay, there were different vaults. What else did I suggest? A net flow. Okay, yes, I vaguely remember this stuff. Nice. Nice. Net flow, much better. So now I can easily see that wrist ETH had a big jump here. The most consistent growth seems to be this guy, which makes sense. I think they have some of the highest. Yep, TVL. More net flows. All right. Amazing. I love that you've taken the feedback, written a great thread explaining high deposits in June, July. I wonder why there haven't been more. Were these all driven by points? Nice. Okay, cool. All right. Novelty. 4. Completeness. 4. Transparency. You had an article and a thread. Great stuff. Great stuff. I feel like the dashboard is a lot more legible now, and your 2 threads are great. All right, full score. Confirm. Just add the votes. All right. Near protocol overview. Oh, excuse me. All data obtained using the block APIs. So did you use HTTP GET? Ah, you did. Nice. For those who didn't know, you can query APIs directly using SQL into monthly returns, transactions per second. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. So I think there are a lot of submissions that we see that kind of look like this, where you do have your counters, you got your transactions, and you got your supply. I know that we don't have near on Dune yet, so there's not much deeper you can go, but hopefully whenever Dune does have near data, I know you'll do this, but you should go much deeper on like what are the top contracts, like number of contracts being deployed, total contracts being deployed, stuff like that. There's a great base template, blockchain template, which again, I think this is private still. Yeah. But just for, for peaking purposes, like looking at the number of active addresses and contracts, looking at TVL using DeFi Llama, looking at new and retained users and cohorts, like revenues, TPS, etc. I think that's all worth diving into and tells us a lot more. Again, near data isn't on Dune yet, so you're kind of limited there by that. But hold on. I'm trying to remember my own rubric of novelty 1 versus 2. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to give this a novelty of 1 because it's pretty surface level. But again, that's not your fault. That's just the fact we don't have data yet. This is a cool use of Dune's HTTP GET API features. Obviously, without near data on tune. You can't go further yet. Excited to see you break down the chain more by specific contracts, addresses in the future when the chain data does appear on tune. All right. And that is a 9. Bruh, these pop-ups never go away. All right. I think we got 2 more. Yes, 2 more. Oh no, I don't want to click that. I want to open it in a new tab. David, why do links not open in new tabs anymore? Work in progress, main stats of a protocol, node DAO, nETH and RNETH. All right, this is interesting. Node DAO, cutting solution for Ethereum liquidity, liquidity pledge and repledge concepts with a validator network and NFTs. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what that means. I need liquidity pledge explained to me. Also, like, what are they validating? So I think if you have validator network, you have to mention what they are validating. Okay. No doubt stakes ETH from the restaking pool into EigenLayer. Okay. But why? TVL, staking stats. They only have 50 unique stakers, but 49 million. I immediately want to see a distribution. Stake versus unstake. Okay. Interesting. Novelty. I think this is fairly surface level right now. It is a dashboard. And then transparency, it's open source. Interesting. I feel like you could explain the protocol concepts more in depth. For example, what is a liquidity pledge? What are the node DAO validators actually validating? Why would you use this versus staking EigenLayer directly? Also would love to see a distribution of stake by user, even just in a table ordered by stake amount of user stake ordered or user address for 50 users to have, what is it, like 20 mil of stake. I would want this table to help me understand if it's just like the 1 or 2 users driving most of this stake. All right. So this is a 6. And we are on to the last one, which I've already seen before. We had an open rank mission a few weeks ago, a month ago, where open rank, for those who don't know, is a way for you to easily calculate a ranking algorithm that's similar to PageRank using just a SDK and a Dune query. You can go and read this for a full explanation. And Katerina over here won the category for I think it was Farcaster feed, I believe. I hope I'm not wrong. Cool. All right. And I believe she's written an article on this now. Let's see. One thing that annoys me about the crypto space, the lack of tools for writers. Yes. Okay. So she was very focused on writing. Culture's blind because everyone, or I guess links, writing links from Farcaster and using that to create a feed. Those who mint stuff. Oh, or was it a mints feed? I should know this. Sorry, Katerina, for forgetting. Here, let me just look at the mission. Was it a cast feed? No. She was not the cast feed. So I think that means that you must have been the NFT minting feed. Yeah, okay, all right. So you're looking at what writers were minting. All right, so the whole idea behind Open Rank was you take a set of seed peers, right? So for example, like here she's interested in writers, so anyone who's a writer on Warpcast, and then you look specifically at what contracts those writers are interacting with. And so you kind of have not just a ranking of like which NFTs are most popular, but you get that ranking weighted by a set of users that you care about, right? So this is kind of like your community-specific reputation scores, what I and the Open Rank team have called it. Well, mainly the Open Rank team called it that. I just say that they call it that. So there were kind of there are a few steps here. The most important one is creating a set of addresses that you want to make as the seed or the main weighted set of users in your algorithm. Sorry, I was just reading this. I like this. I can highlight, right? Oh, I like this. Oh no, I have to connect. Confirm. Switch to base. Sign in. Oh, so many steps. Yeah, that looks safe. Everyone, whenever you use sites, make sure that you're not getting swindled or rugged. I trust Katerina and I know this namespace, so I am fine with signing this transaction. Oh, Paragraph, what are you doing? Stop following me. Okay, so here she's using Hypersub, which is an NFT subscription service. So she's taking the earliest 10 subscribers of each Hypersub. Also taking anyone who's minted from Paragraph, and then also pulling the writers from a specific Farcaster channel or specific set of Farcaster users. So once you have that seed, then you have to have some sort of, local trust or connection between these seed agents or wallets. So if you take all casts and then you likely can just use likes or replies, and you weight the likes and replies of the seed agents more than everyone else, you kind of get a list of seed curated casts or casters in a sense. So ultimately you end up with this great feed of interesting people that the seed users are interacting with. that don't necessarily have to be the seed users. All right, so that's your community specific feed. It's a really interesting and powerful primitive in not just the crypto realm. So thank you, Katerina, for this amazing write up and just great work overall on the feed. Novelty 4, completeness 4, transparency for writing a good article, transparency 4. Amazing submission and really good write-up as well. Love it. $64. All right. Well, with that takes us to the end of another bi-weekly review. I'll start up another quest, which will end in 2 weeks. So you can submit any work. Doesn't matter if you're done with it. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an expert. You'll get my feedback and the community's feedback. You'll earn reputation as you do it. And it's just a good way to kind of engage and practice getting your work out there. So thank you for joining me today. I apologize if I'm somewhat low energy because I'm very jet lagged. But I will see you all in a couple of weeks. Take care.